Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said.
Chachi, theme music.
Getting awesome, we're getting awesome. That's all I really know of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the AwesomeCast. We are on location here. I'm Sorg. We are at Casa...
No.
It's
the Wolf Slayer Slaughterhouse.
The Wolf Slayer Slaughterhouse.
On the couch.
As the sign in the front door says.
You're welcome.
And we saw the knives when we came in, too. I don't know what to look at here. We got two cameras. We're still on location. We got going on there. We got going on there.
Little Shooter McGavin action.
There you go. So we're going to mix it up a little bit here. So, of course, Chachi's with us once again.
Because
We're fitting this in. Of course, stuff's a little crazy this week. The Baristas shoot is happening here in town, and we're involved in one way or another, the three of us. So I figured this was the perfect time. What's that?
What?
that's the greatest job ever for the Braves to shoot.
Oh, right.
Do we want to talk about what now? What do you?
I
You don't want to
am
give too much away.
I am a nerd consultant.
That's a good
nerd
word.
consultant. Yes, you're gonna have to see what that entails.
Yes.
Right.
But there's a very specific set of scenes that Chachi is involved with. They're not sex scenes.
No, well,
We
they're
want to make sure they're not pants off scenes.
very close.
We can't say that.
People are going to forget this in 2 months when this finally comes out.
Now we
It depends on what you call sex.
Now we have to
I
start
call this
over.
sex, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, this.
So-
This couch does seem kind of worn in. So, anyways,
This is a hand-me-down couch. Hi, Vivian.
You know, those are usually the best. Just throwing it out there. Hand-me-down couches are already broken in.
Yeah, right?
They're not too tight. They're nice and
Tight.
moving on.
Is that a show title?
he loves his couches just like he likes his women. Hand me downs.
No.
Okay, let's get on to what's going on here.
I'll kill you.
This is so much better when we're not on webcam.
It's fantastic. I love it.
We're working on that. I just did a little bit of maintenance to the studio this week. As in, I moved. I'm wondering how that came off. All right, we'll fix it in post. So yeah, we're kind of doing a.
Are we live?
We're
not
not live. We're
Okay.
recording.
We're recording, but not live.
Okay.
There's
We've
no
done-
interaction here.
No, I was
We've
just
already
curious.
done 3 minutes of content. It's
We
tremendous.
have.
I'm sure
3 minutes of content.
It
is
really
so
be a
easy.
minute and a half after editing.
I can just sip on my coffee.
So you got the computer. I got the news up here on my handy dandy iPhone. One day I'll have something bigger.
Hey!
I'm reading it off of
Okay.
Rob's screen.
What? We'll just read it all off
We should-
Rob's
yeah, we
nice
should.
big screen.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
Sing. Alright.
We're not
It
going to
always
talk...
takes a while to get rolling on
Yeah,
this.
yeah, because
This doesn't.
it's
It's
you
a
know.
lot of this.
What do you want to talk about first?
You have to have banter.
The eggnog in my coffee.
Some good, now, okay, why not rat hole? We're in Western Pennsylvania,
Pittsburgh,
in
if you
Pittsburgh,
will.
and you have Wawa eggnog. Please explain to me why
the
you have.
finest
Now,
eggnog in
Wawa
the
is
world.
from Eastern PA, New Jersey,
Yeah, the nearest one would be Harrisburg.
Harrisburg. Yes,
Wow,
which is a
there's
good
one in
4 hours
Harrisburg.
away.
There is one in Harrisburg, yeah.
I never knew that.
There's one, I think it's like the only one too. I think it's like pigeonholed in Harrisburg, and then the closest one from there is Philadelphia.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
It's like a convenience store sort of thing.
It's
No,
kind
not
of-
a convenience store.
It-
It's the convenience
He knows
store.
what it's about.
Okay, yeah,
Wawa
yeah.
is kind of a big deal.
I realize this.
Okay, it's not just like it's not like your quick stop. It's not like your get goes. This is about a fine, convenient establishment that provides some of the best sandwiches, quick sandwiches too. If you go down the street to the get go and you say, I want a 12-inch tuna hoagie, you'll get it in like 10 minutes and it'll be terrible. If
Okay.
you go to Wawa and you go to the boop, 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 large classic tuna hoagie,
They got the touchscreens like Sheets does.
yes,
Fantastic.
and you say tuna whatever, you'll get it in like 3 minutes, and it'll be the best tuna hoagie you've had.
Now, I'm a big Sheets fan.
I hate Sheets.
You hate Sheets.
Sheets is terrible in comparison.
In comparison.
In comparison, it's horrible. It's really terrible. I tried to give them a chance because I was looking for a good convenience store, but Wawa is a big deal. And if you look online, you'll find like Wawa fan clubs, things like that. Like, is there a group on Facebook that says like "Live long, Sheets or die"? Because there's probably at least 100 groups dedicated to Wawa being the best thing on the planet.
This is some research I need to do for the next show.
It is very important.
I'm unprepared for this conversation.
More related, Wawa, in my opinion, makes the best eggnog on the planet. Partly because I grew up on it, but also like I've had like the Turkey Hill nut. It's just no good. So I had friends visiting last week, 2 days ago, this last weekend.
Yes.
And I told my friend that I would offer him favors, wink wink, if he brought me eggnog. So he brought me 2 half gallons of Wawa eggnog, which is in my coffee right now, which is amazing. This is all related to technology.
Yes, because
eggnog tech is important.
Well, no, it's not only that, but in order to cover technology, you have to cover what drives
the
people. Yes, the technologists.
Yeah,
you have to know what goes into making them how they are.
Exactly. And Wawa eggnog in my coffee makes me how I am.
Fantastic.
Okay. So now that we've killed 7 minutes.
Oh, let's see. What happened is there's something happened on iTunes today involving music.
Some kind of insect, I think.
Insect-based.
An insect or a fruit.
Yeah.
It is a fruit, right?
It used to be on Rock Band recently. I don't know.
I think they were one-hit wonders. Is that what you call that? Or...
Maybe about 14
I couldn't even listen to
wonders.
Probably more than that.
Yeah.
Probably more than that.
Something happened on iTunes. You can't miss it.
To some people, it's the greatest band that's ever touched instruments.
I am.
Yes.
So the Beatles came to iTunes.
You ruined it.
I had to.
I was trying to get away with it, but
no. Because there's actually something to be said for this. So the funny thing is, people made a big deal out of it. They're like, Apple's making a top secret announcement, right? And there's the data center, which is what fueled a lot of fire.
Yes.
But at the same time...
They're changing everything.
At the same time, there was, the speculation on the data center is that it is iTunes moving to the cloud. The idea that when you purchase a song, you would be able to play it no matter where you are, which would be cool. But that would require reworking of the way the RIA treats music right now and a whole lot of deals with the music publishers in the U.S. None of that exists right now, and all of those deals would be public. You would hear something coming down the pipeline.
There would have been buzzing. I hear nothing.
Also, if that were to happen, it would be a gigantic deal. That would be something that would sell millions of iTunes gift cards.
It would have been an announcement.
It would have been an actual announcement.
It would have been Lady Gaga would have been performing live.
Exactly.
Not
just, hey, go to itunes.apple.com at 10 o'clock on Tuesday and see what we have to say.
Yeah.
It would be so big of an announcement that I would actually use the iTunes I downloaded.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, why did you download it? Because it came with QuickTime?
Safari?
No, I actually wanted to download podcasts with it.
Oh, yeah, it's handy for that.
Right. It's good for that on Windows.
So,
not much else.
Right.
No.
On Windows, it's terrible. It's
definitely not.
Alright, moving on.
So, okay, Beatles, that's enough of that, because everybody else is talking for like a half an hour today about that. So
yeah, there's not really much more you need to say.
I'm
tweeting the things that I say.
Oh, this is Twitter. Okay, I see.
But Beatles are on iTunes. Moving on to the next topic.
Okay, are you using Rockmail? Or
no, not at all.
But it did remind me of our next story.
I hate Rockmail.
Okay,
I think
your review.
It's the most worthless thing ever. More apropos to tech news, though, I have been playing around with Firesheep, and it seems to not work anymore.
Really? I was just actually at a Panera.
Yeah.
Have you updated Firefox? Because I heard Firefox.
I did not update because I know the update breaks it.
I was at a Panera and I was very, very scared at what I was seeing. Not that I went to how many user accounts, And I actually explained the whole Firesheep phenomenon to Missy, my wife. For those who don't know, fellow PodCamp organizer extraordinaire. And I explained the concept, and she's like, because she's been going to coffee shops a lot of lunch, and I'm like,
Oh,
you really need to pay attention to
You
this.
do, absolutely.
And she's like, I don't think I want to go to a coffee shop. So, what's that?
Nothing. Continue.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
What? I was making fun of Rock Melt while you were talking.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Go on.
Anyways,
I really don't know where to look. This is so awkward.
well, you can see.
I haven't been looking at all. Like, honestly, I've been looking at you guys or my phone.
Well, I can't see Chachi, so I'm just looking at him on
Kind of
the
staring at my
display.
screen and gesturing.
Yeah.
Like you normally do.
So you look like you're researching.
Rock Melt.
So enough about this show.
Rock Melt.
Okay, now
Fire
Chachi,
sheet.
you've been playing with Rock Melt, right?
No.
No, he didn't get a chance
Screw
to know
that.
It's terrible.
Everything I need, I can use.
Yeah, it's all...
Well,
It's
I've been
not that much of a hassle for me to use separately.
Yeah.
Or I already have a plugin for it.
The only difference
Why
is
do I need them to do it for me?
the only advantage I got, and I don't think this is enough to switch. It is nice that I poured everything over from Chrome, for the most part. Although my Google Sync that I have my bookmark set up doesn't work so well. And I've been using Facebook Chat more than I ever have.
Why?
Because it's
It was handy, and I always end up leaving it on as opposed to closing the Facebook window.
Yeah, I
whenever I'm
just,
done with what I'm
and
doing.
you hear that little noise, and
Which, it's not enough. But well, when I first did
I'll just chat, and close tab, and move on.
Yeah.
And then, like, 5 minutes later,
I was
talking
that
to
person.
somebody.
Yeah, so it makes it a more
weird.
universal experience and useful, I think, as far as that goes. Twitter, it's pretty much useless. I'd rather use... I use Seismic in browser at this point, because I'm mobile and on so many computers half the time. And there's that thing, then I go to work, I don't want to have Rock Melt on my computer at work, and then I want a whole other browsing experience.
I think maybe Rockmelt is like an application, a mobile application. I might dig. Have it as like everything, just like if you want a smattering of social media.
So,
what's
like, for
going
a phone?
on.
For something this small, though? I mean, I can see it on an iPad.
Unlike Panes.
Okay.
To join everything.
So kind of like how Twitter, we go back and forth on Twitter panes. You can lock out, something will pop up in the corner.
If you're not us,
Yes.
Nobody cares.
Rock Melt is
Yes.
probably great for you.
Okay.
But we already have things set up the way we like it.
Mm-hmm.
By the time this product has come out, we have our tabs set up.
Mm-hmm.
We have our plugins set.
Mm.
Everything is already set to the way we need it.
Yeah. Well, it's also, I mean, like, there have been
It's just not
plenty of...
appealing to us.
When Firefox first became popular, and because it's open source, there are plenty of social browsers based around Firefox.
Right.
And, like, there's Flock and all that stuff.
Yeah. I tried Flock. I remember Flock back
They're
in the day.
cool, but they're all... Like we said last week, they're cool, but they're all very niche. They're made for a very special kind of person. Like, Rockmelt is not something... And I don't think they're trying to be something that everybody wants.
No, it's very specific. Because really, if you're not on Facebook...
Rockmelt, that's
If,
funny.
what's that?
It's a screenshot of somebody using Rockmelt
Huh.
on my Tumblr dashboard as we're talking about nobody using it.
Oh, no, we didn't say no one's using
Nobody.
it.
No,
We just said we're not.
She
Yeah.
wants it. We'll give her an invite. She wants an invite, apparently.
We're not.
Wow! Sorry about that.
Way to stop the chat.
Yeah, really.
They can't see this. All right, moving on.
We can't tell you what.
I don't know.
we
I'm
just
trying
saw.
it. It's interesting, and we'll see. We'll see after some time. I'm sure I'll give up on it after about another week.
I'm not even trying it. It's pointless. No, we've already gone over this. I'm not going to repeat myself.
Now, the other big announcement from yesterday,
That's nice of you.
I'm trying to bring up the site with some information on it, was the Facebook messaging.
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. You know what? I actually meant to look into that, but I was too busy trying to make money to do so.
Yeah.
Did you?
I wasn't in the mood to make money.
I wasn't in the mood
yesterday,
to make money, so I just procrastinated. It's
Oh, actually, you know what? I was at home working, and I was like, oh, yeah, that thing's on. So I turned on to it. There it was. So I actually got to listen to a lot of the presentation.
Oh,
So
okay.
basically the idea is instead of having to know everybody's email address, phone number for texting, etc., their idea is you go to your Facebook and I want to look up Rob, and it's pretty much set up, hey, Rob, you want to go grab lunch? And I can either direct it towards something that's already set up through your Facebook, like your text, your email, and stuff, or whatever you set up. Or I think that's how it works. Gotta see how this looks in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as the Facebook email, everybody's been speculating on. Apparently, they're setting up an email address that, like, say, me on my Gmail account can send Rob at so-and-so, at facebook.com or whatever it is. It's distracting.
Side note, do you have the new Twitter?
Yes. I think everybody has now. Everybody has the option to turn it on now.
Right.
It can't be just me. Is it painfully slow to load a profile page now?
Yes.
Because it like loads in layers?
Yes.
Okay.
There's just too much going on.
And I keep getting loading tweets seem to be taking a while. It's your fault,
I have not had
mine.
that. I have not had that.
You were saying.
But anyways, so this whole idea that I can have this conversation with you, like maybe on your side it's in your chat, but I'm really emailing you on my end.
I didn't know that was the thing.
What?
Contact groups on my iPhone?
In Facebook?
No, this is just in regular straight up contacts. Like you go to contacts and groups.
When you text, when did they do that? Where'd you get to that?
I don't know.
Oh, groups. It's right there.
Oh,
yeah, and then it's all about my Mac. And this is like become one of those tech support shows. No, have you ever?
That's exciting.
Have you ever text people and put multiple contacts in?
Yeah.
And it creates a group.
Oh, you can create a group to save it. That's useful.
So I can be like, I want to text the AwesomeCast people, and I have all you people on my list.
Okay.
All you people.
All you people. What do you mean,
all you cast people.
Speaking of AwesomeCast, how about that one group we made that one time?
Oh yeah, that was useful. Well, every once in a while I drop a message in there. Nobody responds.
I think the only thing I've ever said in there is penis.
Mm. Although the Hot Wheels fan group was pretty hopping for a while.
Really?
Yes.
So Facebook messages.
The other side of this is they're now turning it on so that you're messaging whatever in Facebook history between you and another person will be completely captured and put in context with each other in history. The example, because apparently Zuckerberg is really a fan of letting us know that he's had a girlfriend for 4 years, given the recent movie.
Right.
Let us know that, I can go back and see my chat logs with my girlfriend from all the way back 4 years ago. I said several times. And now, if we had this, we'd be able to see the chat in context with the emails and the other interactions.
Hey, wait a second.
Nerds get really excited when we have girlfriends.
That is true.
Isn't there
that's why he threw it out there
there's
several times.
There is something where you can say, see your interactions with this person. But apparently those seem to be public interactions.
Yeah.
Like, I can go and see all my interactions with you on Facebook, and it comes up with everything.
Right.
But I think they're expanding that more into personal messages.
Right.
As opposed to what's on a wall, on a picture, tagged here, tagged there, on the same conversation. So it's another aspect of that. So
I feel like there's something else that does that sort of, kind of. I can't, it's blowing my mind that I can't remember it.
In Facebook?
Not in Facebook. Not Facebook related, but something that...
Doesn't Google have something that will allow you to do that?
Well, I could be making things up at this point. It's almost like Wave, but in Facebook. But if Wave actually showed emails in the mix, so it's nothing.
There was kind of
nothing like Wave.
There was kind of a Wave connection when they were talking about this too.
I don't know.
Like in the analysis.
You know what I've used Facebook for in the past week? To play Wheel of Fortune.
And
that's what I've used Facebook for, honestly.
Okay.
Them releasing all this new crap isn't going to make me use Facebook.
It's not. Well, again, we go back to it's not for you. It's for
the only reason.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
You're saying this to the guy that's used Facebook to play Wheel of Fortune.
It's got you there. Can't really.
It's for the kids, my ass.
I was gonna play the Wheel of Fortune theme song, but I only have the prices right, unfortunately.
And they don't have that on Facebook, and it pisses me off. Anyhow, moving on. Sorry. I didn't really have anything to say.
Oh, just talking for talking.
Right. You just want to let us know you're playing Wheel of Fortune on Facebook.
That
was a way to slip that in there.
I'm not sure if we've met or not. I talk to hear myself talk.
Well, that's kind of what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Well, there's one for you, Chachi. Apparently, you're not getting Netflix for a while on your Android phone.
Nope.
No.
Or any Android phone?
On any, well, eventually some of them will get early 2011.
Because I'm pretty sure it's in my marketplace.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Like to play movies.
Pretty sure.
You research that right now. Now he has a G1.
I'm looking it up.
So holy crap! If he has it, everybody should. What?
No.
It's old. It's old. It's original. I mean, he's like
No,
that is geek credit right there. Okay?
No, he's right. If it's on here,
I don't know.
Flix Watcher.
That's the
Netflix.
Google TV of phones.
Speaking of,
Take a break. Yeah. Okay. Well,
let me talk into my break. Sorry, I just cold.
Are you making fun of me?
Apparently, because of
Giant piece of plastic.
okay, apparently
I'm
because
gonna beat you.
of the open source nature of Android and Linux, of course.
Oh no, I was wrong.
It's probably like a queue manager or something, right?
No, basically it's a notification.
Yeah, I got a thing here.
Hey, we
Flix
sent you your
Watcher
disc.
for Netflix. No,
okay.
it lets me know when.
Platform
Netflix.
fragmentation strikes. This sounds like a.
Yeah, there you go. This is a letter from the president of Netflix or something.
But,
Was somebody big in Netflix?
You know what,
this
though?
this is on their blog.
That doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother.
It may bother all the other Android users, but it doesn't bother me because I'm never in a situation where I would watch a movie on the screen.
But what about coming up with all these tablets, like the Tab and everything? Like a lot of people with their iPads, have been using it.
I'm gonna say it here first.
Okay.
Honestly, if I'm gonna buy a tablet at this point in my life, it's gonna be an Apple.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry.
It doesn't help the competition, but
I know. No.
yeah, and that's the problem.
It was 7 inches
And I want to get to that in a moment.
compared to the iPad.
Oh, like the.
I want to get to your 7 inches in a moment.
The streak.
Do
we get to make fun of the streak? Do we?
No. I played with a Tab the other day.
Ooh.
Hold on to that. But apparently, the reason why this isn't working is because the multiple platforms and the DRM.
Yeah. That's
For all.
exactly Android is an exciting technology that drives a range of devices. Netflix is stating that the Android lacks a system-wide security structure to get DRM in place, and states that because of this, Netflix will not be released to all Android devices.
Right. It's an open.
Yeah. So
it's good. It's just a little hard for them, but they are doing it.
and it's one of those things
With the right programming, someone could access an Android phone that's hooked on a wireless and see what's going on.
They say this is, I think, on TNT yesterday, they said this is the reason why you don't have Netflix, say, on Ubuntu.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
Linux distributions. It's just
There's
the DR, because they have to agree those DRMs are in place to I want to say labels, the movie companies.
Right.
And it's just harder for them to pull it off there.
And the other thing this points to, talking about the whole fragmentation thing, is just like how there's a fundamental problem. Like, Android's cool, not bashing Android. It's just a fundamental problem with the open source software being
Open source.
open to, but open to so many devices in that some have one button, some have 4 buttons, some have a great touch screen, some have a terrible touch screen. They're all using the same OS.
Right.
This is another fragmentation where you're going to say, oh, well, what interface is this Android phone using? And yes or no, can it use Netflix? Because this is, like they said, it'll be coming to some devices, but not all devices.
Right.
So it's basically, at this point, Android, because, okay, grand scheme of things, wrap it in here, because Android is doing really well because there are so many devices that have Android.
That's what's killing it.
And I think more so because it is everywhere.
Right, and because more people are becoming connected to the point that, like, our parents are interested in smartphones, what we would have called smartphones, whatever we want to call them today. That you could say that Android is becoming the Symbian OS of today. In that, like, all the feature
For
phones...
America?
For America. Nokia will
we
always
can go
be
with
up
that.
there. But basically...
to explain Symbian, because we have a lot mostly American, I think, listeners. Symbian is Nokia's platform. They are not huge here in America.
No, they're not.
The United States. But apparently they are still the leading phone manufacturer worldwide.
Yeah. At the same time, most feature phones, regardless of what front interface they have, are running on the same back end.
Yes.
And so I feel like the iPhone doesn't appeal to everybody. just like the Windows 7 phone doesn't appeal to everybody. But I feel like because of the flexibility of Android, it gives way to a series of devices that are acceptable to such a swath of people. It can become a standard in the phone market to the point where instead of somebody saying, like, you obviously can't put out a device running iOS, not available. You will be able to say, I want to put out a device running Windows 7, but to compete in the market, I think a lot of people, a lot of hardware manufacturers are saying, we want to make a device. It will run Android, go from there, in the same way that in the past they have said, we want to make a device, it will run Symbian, go from there.
The same thing that is helping the Android phones survive and compete with Apple is the same thing that is stopping them from getting everything that the iPhone has. There are so many devices out there, like Rob said, that it takes way too many man-hours and costs companies way too much money to be able to cover every Android device that there is.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, there's people like me who I'm still running the original Android device. They've stopped making it, but I'm still running it.
Yeah.
It took, I don't know, how long have you had Angry Birds?
Well, I bought it well after it was big, so several months.
How long has Angry Birds been out? You know?
What did it came out over summer?
Summer sounds right.
So about 6 months?
Yeah.
Sure.
I got it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And not everybody, because they had it out. I know you and at work, a coworker has MyTouch.
Right.
Like, I think the one that came out right after yours.
Right.
And and then I heard yours was available, and I'm like, well, he has to have it since he's a newer version. You know, I think he might be a point release higher than you, even.
No, he's probably at 2.
I don't think it's 2, because he said 1.7, because he's been complaining because the Froyo was supposed to come out to his phone, and they hadn't delivered it.
That's T-Mobile's fault.
Of course, it's T-Mobile, and he was looking into that, which is a whole other problem that I don't even want to get started with. I'm not on their show. Let's move to the tablets. Like I said, I did get my hands on a Samsung Tab. I don't know if this is happening across the country, but the Best Buys here have been remodeled a lot.
Yeah.
The one at Century 3, South Hills here.
No, me either. Never.
Well, you know, I had to pick up some stuff for work. But anyways,
Did
they
you
have
sanitize yourself when you left?
They have this app bar. Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
That they call it. Basically, they have Google TVs set up, which I crashed playing Wrestling Mayhem show.
Nice.
There's a giant DJ Lunchbox picture that was stuck on a 40-inch TV. So that was fun. And then
was it stuck there long enough to burn into the screen?
If the guy didn't come over and talk to me and I was like, hey, this crashed, it probably would have eventually. It's a newer TV. I don't think that... Is that such a big problem these days? I know, I have an old plasma and it's an issue.
I don't think so, no.
I
think they use some kind of cycling.
All right.
Okay. Anyways, Samsung Tab. Play with it. Like we were talking about the other day, why you're into the iPad, being an Android user even. It just doesn't feel smooth enough. Really. It feels, I don't want to say cheap, but it's just that lack of polish. I mean, it's 7 inches. I think the size is fine.
That's what she said.
There you go.
Hey!
It's a good size. Okay.
Hey!
Say that correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
But no, but I don't think it's too expensive.
It's okay.
I think for being an alternative, being a smaller alternative, it's still $400. I think if you buy it with a 2-year contract, I cannot imagine using that thing in 2 years.
All right.
I mean,
yeah.
Really.
I can't imagine using that thing in 2 months.
I can't imagine even buying an iPad and having a 2-year contract making any sense.
Yeah. And that's exactly why they did the month-to-month, because it's a lot of money to drop on something that is absolutely a gadget right now.
This doesn't have it doesn't have the precedent like phones did, where you had to have these 2-year contracts. And actually, they've been AT&T and Apple working together has been, I think, really good, because you could buy a new phone every year if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They let you do that, and they know people will if they let them. But the iPad's not. One was unproven, and they want you to buy the new one every year, and maybe again, I don't think you would have what you're having now with tablets on phone carriers without the iPad being the precursor to that.
Right.
Mhm.
I think that kind of like, oh, okay, AT&T is making money off of this. We're going to do it, but this is the only way we know how to do it because this is the way we've always done it with these contracts. So that's my take on it.
Well, like I said, I love my Android phone. I'm going to continue using Android.
It works
as
for
a phone.
you as a phone,
Right.
and you're not in a carrier with iPhone anyway, so that's fine. And actually, the ones on T-Mobile, we had MC Frontalot was on your show talking about the G2. It looks fantastic.
Right.
We picked up that segment because I saw him playing with it, and it's shiny.
Mhm.
It's geek shiny. It's geek porn. I mean, it's good with the keyboard even. And I don't like keyboard phones. I think the Droid's huge and clunky. To be honest, yeah. I mean,
I'm not
from the
disagreeing
first one
with
I've
you.
seen, it's a giant square. The new one is too big. Not a nice size. We're getting emails.
Sending an invitation from Rockmelt is blowing my mind. Oh God, is this difficult?
I was just being
Really?
heavy.
Yes.
It just pops
Holy
up a thing
crow.
for me.
Yeah, but if they're not on Facebook, you can't send an invite.
Oh.
That's just dumb.
Because
Anyhow,
they want it to stay within your circle, I think.
But, so...
What if they're not on Facebook?
What are
Then
we
it
talking
ruins
about?
them.
Why would they
I guess,
need
but-
Rockmelt?
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I thought you were going with something.
I got easily distracted.
Yes, as usual.
Right.
Well, I do have this.
Shiny.
Hey.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
but I mean, I'm not rushing out to buy one of these tablets.
No.
To have the
You don't have much need for it.
Right.
Yeah.
If I was going to buy a tab, it would be the iPad.
Hmm.
Because, honestly, it has
Is
everything.
tab going to be the word? Is tab going to be the cool word for tablets? Are we really going to?
The iTab.
I don't know if I like that precedent.
Tab. Yeah.
I got a tab, man.
Tab.
I got this
It's-
tab.
You want to call it a let?
Is that
A let?
Yeah,
sweet
let.
energy drink?
Yeah.
Is it an energy drink?
Is it? Yeah.
Daily Tab. Yeah.
Yeah. Tab cola.
Oh.
Wow.
It's
Mm.
pink. Have you seen it?
No.
The only
Facebook friend
pink
finder
drink.
hard to find.
Anyhow.
Yeah, Facebook blows my mind when you try to find like applications. It's
Ugh.
like, oh, just search for it. It's like, all right, is this the real application or is it one of those fake ones that's really going to steal all my information?
It continues to be a service that is so convoluted that sometimes you want to find a feature inside of it, and the best
Yes.
thing to do is to go to Google and search for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is why we went into the problem where everybody was searching in Google for the login
Yes. Exactly.
with the rewrite web issue
I just
several
wanna-
months ago.
Search for friends by email address, and
My issue with Facebook was I was severely decreasing the. Chachi just leaves.
he's just like,
He's
you
like, I'm
can't
done.
use the
I need a
internet, I'm
refill.
done.
Yeah, I'm going to
I
get some
mean,
coffee.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough. I'm going to
what-
Google how to use the internet.
Okay. And break everything.
Google.com how to use the internet.
My big issue with it lately was I was trying to participate in the Unfriend Day.
Oh,
It was it Jimmy
by the-
Kimmel that
yeah,
put that out there.
Jimmy
And
Kimmel.
I'm like, well, actually, I did want to kind of lighten it up because I'm like, I don't know half these people. I have a lot of wrestlers on mine that I really haven't talked to. I'm trying to keep the ones on we've had as guests and everything on the other shows. But it's just a lot of that kind of bloat as I'm like, oh, they're local or they're this person or this person. Try take unfriending people from your groups.
Yeah.
It just comes up with a list to remove them from your group. Of highlighted boxes of everybody.
Really?
And there's everybody in your group. So I had to find them, open a new tab, search for them in Facebook, go to the bottom of their Facebook page, and hit unfriend. They don't want you to lose friends.
No, they don't. They don't
Right.
want you at all, even if you hate them.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is to unfollow people on Twitter?
Pretty easy.
Yeah,
That's
the
how it
button-
should be everywhere.
The button's right there. I
Exactly.
think everything,
One tweet. That's all it
everything's
takes.
quick, low maintenance, easy. There you go. I thought lists were a little too much. This is not the right story I was going to pull up, so we're going to switch that up. I got a fun anecdote. Again, back on the Netflix. Netflix helps win video on demand bet from 2002. Did you guys see this?
No.
This is over on hackingnetflix.com. They made a bet. Jim Griffin of Cherry Lane Digital and Evo Lab made a bet on longbets.org, there's a free plug, with Gordon Bell from Microsoft, that a profitable video on demand service aimed at consumers will offer 10,000 titles to 5 million subscribers by 2010.
Wow.
So there it is there. I think this is a printout. I think they got a printout on this page of the original. Since Netflix has more than 10,000 titles and almost 17 million subscribers, Griffin won, and $2,000 will be donated to the EFF. Wow. There you go.
Wow.
Wow.
That's calling it.
That's pretty sweet.
And the cat has joined.
There's
your cat.
Oh, hi.
It's like, hello, Internet. I'm a cat.
Both cameras.
And the cat has been helping me with all the cores, mostly making sure they're
security.
Hopefully he doesn't pee on any.
He? Oh, that's Black Lies.
He's got little kitten balls, that's right.
Little kitten balls.
Little kitten balls.
That's the title of the show.
I mean, there's nothing in them, but...
Empty kitten ball.
Empty kitten ball. I just spit all over everything.
Wow.
That's why my equipment's over there.
Wow.
By the way, I've been noticing this all show, but we need to start selling advertising on the back of your laptop. Going on there.
All right.
We still got PodCamp going on from when you put that on before.
PodCamp 3, PodCamp 4, Sticker Giant, Tumblr, Build Guild. My friend Wee, who's a Slovakian designer, he's in the movie that Hostel was in.
Oh.
That's a lot of rain,
It is.
yeah, he lives in that place. Not in the physical place, but in that town. That's where he lives. Fatheads, the Pirate's Dilemma logo, Creative Commons, and Venture Outdoors.
You forgot End Call.
End Call is a joke that Sticker Giant did, because somebody photoshopped this right to be an end call button.
Yeah,
so they gave out stickers.
Nice.
So you could put them on your phone. Funny story, you put the sticker on your phone, it solves the problem.
Thank you, Apple, for that. Some other video news I got here marked. Well, Google TV still sucks. All 4 major networks, who, by the way, you can get free over the air if you have an antenna. You can't get on Google TV, which is the irony of it.
Well, they don't want to cooperate with something that's terrible.
I don't think it's so much that.
No, that's exactly it.
It's more rights. It's more... What's that?
I was just saying it made sense. I wasn't saying it was right. It makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
In retrospect, after we've played with it, yes, that is a correct statement.
Yeah.
That could be some motivation, but I don't think that's the reason.
As a businessman,
okay,
are you going to back something that you know for sure is going to fail?
Fail or suck?
Both.
Because if you want to say suck, we can go with Comcast. If we
I don't have a problem with Comcast.
This show brought to you by Comcast.
Their customer service is fantastic.
Really?
I've never
when?
I've never had a problem with Comcast.
Wow. Other story. But I have problems with Verizon too. But the internet's fantastic. But aside from that,
but seriously, as a businessman,
yes,
if you touch something and you can see plainly that it's going to fail.
Well, I don't think the people making these decisions at Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC probably don't know what a Google TV is. To be honest,
it's got a point.
I mean, does cats just throwing crap on the floor?
Yes.
Because the guy from Fox, I mean, doesn't he barely knows what the internet is at this point, right?
You mean Murdoch?
Murdoch, yeah. I'm trying to remember.
The guy who bought MySpace.
Yeah.
I hate Murdoch.
Yeah, there you go.
Everyone knows.
Well, he didn't buy MySpace.
No, he bought
but
MySpace.
It's a giant company.
He said, I want that.
Rupert Murdoch.
Yes, Rupert. That's it. I wanted to call him Dick.
Dick Murdoch.
I thought it was
Dick
Richard.
Murdoch. The wrestler? The
old
school wrestler?
I thought it was Richard, so I wanted to call him Dick, but I knew
Richard.
Alright.
I knew it wasn't Richard, so I didn't.
Oh, by the way, it was driving me nuts that we couldn't think of Spotify last week.
Yeah.
I
After
just want to put that out there.
Spotify.
If they, I'm glad nobody emailed us for that, so I wonder if they're listening.
Has anybody emailed us ever? No.
No. So we
have a contest.
We have had emails.
We have? Oh, well.
The contest, we'll be working on that. We just had our first contest with SilverTrimedia.com. And somebody's getting a CD.
That's exciting.
From Minnesota.
Nice.
People still use CDs?
They sent them to me. So, yeah. Sometimes just send me links.
There's a lot of record stores still.
Yeah, Girl Talk album, you know?
I hear this.
Yes.
No one can download it, though, from what I understand.
You could yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It was a 24-hour thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Well, there's a lot of people on Twitter complaining that they couldn't download it.
Yeah. They might have, crushed the server.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's kind of a big deal.
Anyways, the Google TV was supposed to be a light note. The lead into Boxy finally came out and is being delivered to people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you seen this thing?
no.
You bring up a picture of Boxy Box.
Oh,
the
I
Boxy
can.
Box.
The Boxy Box.
Boxy, of course, has been free. You can put it on your modded Xbox. Do you have it on your modded Xbox by chance?
Boxy?
Whoa.
Can't put it on that.
Can't
Have
put
you
it on
ever
that one.
watched the
Oh, yeah.
the show, The IT Crowd?
Yes.
That kind of looks like the internet.
All right.
But
No,
the whole point is, it's sunken into. That's how it's
Yeah.
designed. It is sunken into your desk
Yeah, that's how it's
by design.
by design. It's sunken.
That's awesome.
Just chop off.
I think that looks great.
It's a pretty cool thing.
D-Link's making it.
Yes.
Now, the really cool part of it, because it's boxy, it's pretty much Google TV as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Now, the remote is cool. That one there, show them that one.
That's a lot
Of course,
buttons.
we're not showing you, but
There,
you can
keyboard
Google
on
this
the back
too.
of it.
There is a that's right.
Yes.
It's a regular-looking remote on one
Brilliant.
side,
That is amazing!
and that's the reaction we're looking for.
But unfortunately, it's still way too expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
$40 for the remote by itself. They say it might be sold alone,
That's like Xbox.
but it is $200 for the box.
That's like Xbox selling their remote package for like $50.
Yeah. But could you imagine this? This is the big. Everybody's like, "Whoa, the Boxy Box is cool. It's a
Why
little
didn't
weird
they do
design."
that sooner? They release all these TVs that you can use Facebook and Twitter and Flickr on, but they don't put a keyboard on the back of those remotes.
I feel like it was something dumb where like the engineer working on it had like the prototype of the keyboard sitting on his desk, and then he had a prototype of the remote sitting on his desk, and he accidentally set them on top of each other, and then. What do you?
Sorry, that's
You okay?
yeah, that's
So-
how I pick.
So he just
Sorry.
he set them.
I was trying to kill me. I was trying not to spit coffee all
That's
over
okay, I
his
just
living
dumped
room.
water all
So
over
he's
me.
like typey, clicky, clicky, set down, typey, clicky, set down, and then he goes to pick up the one on top, and he picks up both and goes, ha!
It's like the,
hey guys, look at that.
This is truly for the tech industry. The "you got chocolate on my peanut butter."
It
Moment.
absolutely is, and I mean this thing is just. That's all there is to it.
I
There's
wanna
nothing
use that.
complex here.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah, you
swivels,
wanna
no
use that.
clams, nothing. I want to just
The Google TV
flip.
remote, that keyboard thing is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
It's too small. It's a thumb keyboard.
Yep.
I mean, you're not going like this.
Yep.
You know, not with my big hands. You know,
Yep.
and it's just too much.
That looks
I'm
like
sitting
the
there trying
size
to
of
figure
my-
out how it works. How do I back out of this program on the TV?
And this also plays into. Have you ever seen Objectified?
It's called Two-Face.
Justified. Not ringing a bell.
Gary Hustwit, Industrial Design, sequel to Helvetica.
No.
You should see it.
I saw most of Helvetica.
Most of Helvetica.
No, it was, yeah, I didn't
You
get
should
that.
see the
I should
rest.
see all.
Yeah.
The exciting
Um,
conclusion.
But anyway,
of the fun movie.
a principle of industrial design is your habit of fidgeting with things. People like to touch things, tactile reaction and all that.
I
And
like to
so
push things.
it's when like, you're talking to somebody and you find yourself just kind of like feeling a corner on a device or something. It's like a reassuring thing. It's kind of like comfort food.
It
for
is.
your hands.
Your laptop's in the way, but
Is it?
he's feeling his.
It's
his
kind of
phone.
like
I'm touching my
reaching
phone.
over and holding your phone, even though you don't.
Yeah,
want to
or
be
when
on
you
your
have a
phone.
ring on your finger and you find yourself it's fidgeting is
Oh
what
yeah.
it is.
Okay.
It's really is comfort food for your hands. And the way this thing is designed and the fact that you have one thing you're flipping over, like I can see myself hanging onto this thing just because I want to.
That looks like the size of my Android keyboard.
I feel like, I don't know the dimensions, but I feel like that big.
That's like the perfect remote.
And that would be like the perfect size for a remote. If it's bigger, we're lying.
Right.
It's like this big. Ugh.
Well, it's D-Link. Well, I wonder how much of it is D-Link, how much of it is boxy.
No, that doesn't look. I mean, is that actual size, or is that just?
Yes, it's actually just that.
Yeah. Then
Actually, probably.
that looks perfect.
I'm still going through puberty. Excuse me.
What?
I squeaked.
Probably. Great radio voice.
Probably.
So I don't know. I think that's what we hope will come out of that. If not the boxy.
So the end game of this whole conversation is, man, does the Boxy Box suck, but boy, look at that remote. Oh,
Does it suck? I haven't heard any reviews of the boxy box itself.
it's nothing special.
It's
still
boxy.
Nothing special.
It's like-
there's the
so it's
remote
nothing
for you.
new.
It is.
I want that remote.
It's that big.
It's boxy
perfect
realized, which I already have on my laptop underneath
Right.
my TV.
Uh-huh.
But this is for the people. Again, going back to this is for the people that aren't going to go. This is for.
But why are you going to do that when you can get a Roku for $70?
Yes,
that's it.
Now, what this does offer, from the time I had with Boxy, I do recall it having interesting social features, but I don't think you're buying a box to share what you're watching on Facebook.
Wow.
He's not.
That sounded amazing.
He's not.
I'll just inhale the coffee.
So.
My bad.
You're still on the rock
melt. I'm still on the rock melt thing.
You're still trying to figure out how to give an invite out.
I got rock melt because a friend of ours gave me a code. All I want to do is get a code, but from what I can tell, all I can do is invite people who are
you have to friend
listed
her on
in Facebook. Right, but
then you can come back around.
Might have killed her Facebook. Maybe she doesn't realize that it's all around Facebook. But anyway, I just want a code. Why can't it be like everything else you get invited to, where I give you a code? When you go to rockmelt.com, it says enter a code.
Have you noticed what?
How do you get a code? How? Tell me,
members of the press got their codes. Have you noticed their invite system that as people install it, that you've invited, you get more invites?
Yes.
I thought it was pretty cool.
That's pretty interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, on that point, is there anything else we want to cover this week? Anything else stick out?
What's going on?
Beatles are on iTunes.
Beatles are on iTunes.
Oh, boy.
They are.
I'm just throwing it out there.
It is
apparently
a big
that's
deal.
A big deal.
So yeah, right next to my album, that's still on iTunes.
Oh, the other thing is, so if you care about the Beatles, right? If you're a music fan, you already have all their music.
Right. On several media.
Why? Why do you want it on iTunes?
Well,
I'm really curious to see how many people actually download it.
I think the people that already have it on CD and vinyl and
tape
and oh boy, now
Laserdisc and
well, there was the
reel-to-reel.
Well, I know on MacBreak today they were talking. This is for the new generation. That this is where they're getting their music. Just like who's getting Rock Band Beatles?
I don't know.
Who's getting Rock Band Beatles?
No,
a lot of old heads getting Rock Band Beatles, really? And a lot of I remember even growing up, like a lot of people when we were like 15 were like, the Beatles are the greatest. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a section of the youth market that is like discovering the Beatles and just like I discovered Nirvana and the Doors well past their time, you know? I mean, it's
I feel like this is more of a trophy for Apple than an actual accomplishment.
Right.
Basically, like there was just this one thing left.
Yeah,
and now we've got it all.
This is the Xbox achievement that is stopping you from trading in the game.
You've got the Beatles.
Popped up at the bottom of their screen.
This is
Steve woke up this morning and a little achievement popped up and said, "You got Apple."
Morning, Steve.
Morning, Steve.
You have the Beatles.
You've got Apple.
Congratulations.
No, seriously, this is that one achievement that is stopping you from taking the game to the GameStop or the exchange and trading it in. That you're spending 3 hours on trying to get this one achievement so you can, say that you conquered a game.
Yep.
This is Steve.
So this is Apple conquering the music industry indefinitely.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing left to accomplish.
Just kind of like he's
Not
my work
really.
here is done.
Not really. If it's out, they already have it. If they want it. I mean, after you get the Beatles, for not having the Beatles for so long, there's pretty much nowhere left for you to go.
It was the Great White Whale.
Right.
Yes.
That's exactly it.
Wow. Well said, sir.
Yeah, I analogy way too often.
The Beatles were the Great White Whale. Yeah.
Steve is going to retire now.
Really?
No.
No.
It's not a chance.
Is Jobs a Beatles fan? was that? Or was it just the company thing?
Like, forget the Beatles, man. I'm a Dylan fan.
I'm curious about his musical taste now.
We'll call him up.
Hey, Steve.
Send him an email.
Text him.
He hasn't been replying. He hasn't posted. Nobody's been saying anything.
Now, what's his
lately.
email? I'm going to send it.
Jobs@apple.com. I don't know.
I'm going to send it from my iPhone. Here's a side note. I swapped the Gmail web app for mail on here. Now I don't get to send from my iPhone when I'm using email. Just realized that.
Yeah.
But Let's see. We're going to live on the air email Steve Jobs here. Live, pre-taped, of course. But, okay, Steve? Is it just Steve?
It's like S Jobs or something.
Oh, Steve
I'm
Collette.
going to email the guy anytime soon. I probably should.
Hold on a second. I'm using the internet.
I want to see if he wants to play Word Feud.
No, well, okay, Beatles, just,
I don't have...
That's right. Beatles, just,
the irony of my email to him.
Beatles just autocorrected them on here as Nestles.
Nestles.
So we're going to fix that.
Wow. sjobs@apple.com, steve@apple.com, and sj@pixar.com. There you go.
So not just... Okay, so
Just do Steve at Apple, I guess.
Steve at Apple?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think it goes directly to his iPhone, or do you think that would kill him?
Sir. Oh, you get way too many. A fan of the Beatles.
Signed, the AwesomeCast.
Just curious. Oh, wait.
You should probably end your sentence with a question mark because it is a question.
Yes, he doesn't want to level this conversation up a little bit.
And he is an elitist.
Just curious. You should probably leave it at that. The simpler it is, the more likely he'll reply.
Sorg and the AwesomeCast.
Leave the AwesomeCast off. Simpler is more likely to get it.
Do I have a signature? Never mind, I have a signature. He could call me back if he wanted to. So there you go. Steve Jobs now has my phone number. Wait, sending?
Well, he has
okay,
we're good.
We're good. Well, I guess he already has my email address and my credit card number.
And your social security number.
Social security. Wait, social security?
And your
that was
type.
And the seat ID on the back of my card.
Yep.
And my taste.
Shoe size.
No, that's Zappos.
Zappos has your shoe size.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got.
You know what that reminds me of? Batman Forever.
Why?
The box that the Riddler creates to find out who Batman is.
Okay.
Steve Jobs has everyone's...
Steve has the box?
He has everyone's information.
Steve is the Riddler.
He knows who Batman is.
Alright.
And he flaps around his office. He's like, I'm Batman!
You're like leaving the couch throughout the show.
He keeps trying to run away.
I'm like, why are you getting further away from us?
I have to pee.
I think at that note, we're going to let Chachi pee.
Thank you.
We're going to wrap this up. There he goes. You got to say bye to the folks.
Oh.
Bye, guys. Wow.
That just happened, ladies and gentlemen. That was Chachi.
Did you just ask where the bathroom is?
He found it.
He found it.
He did go upstairs, right?
Yes.
Rob, thanks for having us over here
at the Slaughterhouse.
At the Slaughterhouse.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you? Anything cool coming up that people should check out?
I'm getting a haircut soon.
Oh, good.
Because I've got this going on.
Oh, I get the close up. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Check
now
that
it's
out.
like empty over there.
Ladies.
This is a really bad shot.
Ladies. Yeah, so I've got a hair problem. But, yeah, I think I'm getting a haircut. I am super excited about that. Because it really is.
See, I love how, usually at the end, let's go ahead and space out. Now that he's gone. I love, it's like, what's going on? The people chat is like, I'm getting a haircut.
I'm getting a haircut.
I mean, this is like the get to know you session of the show.
Yeah, getting a haircut, the baristas thing.
Baristas.
We're
There'll
busy.
be plenty of pictures of you following on Twitter.
It's a busy day, man. I work from 6 a.m. until 5 p.m. 6 p.m. you and Chachi roll in, and when we're done here, we're packing up and heading over to
some pictures. Yeah, this has been my life. I was explaining today. I think I have about 4 or 5 jobs technically, but I love every one of them, and I think I also have career ADD at this point.
Fantastic.
Sure. Oh, Chachi's coming back.
Oh boy. Better close up soon.
We better. Hey, Chachi, since you're coming back, what should people expect from the things you're working on? Fan requests on your show.
Yeah.
Over at ChachiSays.net.
We have Fan Request 3 coming up Monday.
Yes.
Got some good questions for that.
Excellent.
And then after that, who knows?
You're going to be popping up on Music Fun Time again this week, right?
Yeah, what day is that?
I think you were doing that Thursday.
So, we might be able to do that
soon? We'll figure that out. Well, we've been doing a fun thing where we both listen to an album instead of just one of us saying, oh, this album is good, whatever. Right. We kind of do a head-to-head review of the album because I'm tired of just writing about these myself because I don't feel like I know enough about music. Like, I love music, but I hate writing about it.
Right.
So we've been playing this angle. And I've actually quoted you, like, quasi-quoted you a couple times in the review I wrote up on Hit P last week.
Which part? Because you didn't ask me for permission.
It's in your contract.
I don't have a contract. That would imply that I'm getting paid.
And there's a conversation for off-air. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rob and Shashi. We'll see you guys next time on the AwesomeCast.
Asian. Peace out.